The funeral home smelled of lilies and formaldehyde. Alex sat in the front row, back straight, hands folded neatly in their lap. Mom's casket lay before them, polished mahogany with brass fixtures that caught the light from the overhead chandeliers. It had been a long illness. 3 years of chemotherapy, remission, recurrence, experimental treatments, and finally, hospice. Alex had researched every treatment option, created spreadsheets of survival rates, and maintained a medication schedule accurate to the minute. When Mom had finally slipped away 2 nights ago, it felt like the conclusion of a thoroughly documented case study. "Are you okay?" Uncle Dave's hand landed heavily on Alex's shoulder.
Alex nodded. Yes.
Uncle Dave's face crumpled. His eyes were red-rimmed, his nose running. "It's okay to cry, you know. No one expects you to be strong right now."
Alex didn't know how to explain that they weren't being strong. They were simply being. Across the room, Aunt Sarah sobbed into a handkerchief, while Cousin Melissa patted her back. Grandma wailed from her wheelchair, a sound like a wounded animal. Dad stood by the casket, shoulders shaking silently. Alex observed it all with a detached curiosity. They felt the grief inside, a hollow ache that seemed to expand with each breath. But it didn't manifest in tears or wails. Instead, it sat heavy in their chest, a dense ball of lead that made it difficult to breathe sometimes.
"I'm going to get some water," Alex said, standing.
In the hallway, they overheard Cousin Melissa talking to someone Alex didn't recognize. And there's Alex, just sitting there like a robot. Not a single tear. Mom always said there was something off about them. "Some people just don't know how to process emotion," the stranger replied. "It's sad, really. It's like they're Spock or something, even at their own mother's funeral." Alex continued to the water fountain, the words echoing in their mind. Robot. Spock. Something off.
They had cried when Mom was diagnosed, alone in their bedroom researching survival rates until 3 a.m. They had cried when the second round of chemo failed, in the shower, where the water masked their tears and the white noise drowned out their ragged breathing.
They had cried when Mom died, sitting beside her bed after everyone else had gone home, holding her cooling hand and whispering all the things they should have said earlier. But not here. Not now. Not in this room full of people who expected grief to look a certain way.
Back in the viewing room, Dad caught Alex's eye and motioned them over to the casket. "Your mother loved you more than anything," he said, voice rough. "She was so proud of you."
Alex nodded, looking down at Mom's face. She looked peaceful, the pain finally gone from her features. The mortician had done a good job with her makeup. She looked almost like herself again, not the gaunt, yellow-skinned woman of the past few months. "I miss her," Alex said simply. Dad pulled them into a hug. "I know you do, kiddo. I know."
Over Dad's shoulder, Alex could see Aunt Sarah and Uncle Dave watching, whispering to each other, judging.
"They think I don't care," Alex said when Dad released them. "Who?" "Everyone. They think because I'm not crying that I don't care that Mom died." Dad's face softened. "They don't understand you, that's all." "I do care. Alex struggled to find the words. "I processed most of it already, when we knew she wasn't going to get better. And I don't understand why everyone is acting surprised. We knew this was coming." Grief isn't logical, Alex. I know that. But neither is expecting everyone to grieve the same way. Dad squeezed their shoulder. You're right about that. As people began to take their seats for the service, Grandma wheeled herself over to Alex.
You're being very brave, she said, patting Alex's hand. But it's okay to let it out, dear. Keeping it all bottled up isn't healthy.
I'm not keeping anything bottled up, Alex replied. This is just how I feel.
Grandma's expression turned pitying. Oh, honey. Your mother would want you to express your emotions.
Before Alex could respond, the funeral director called for everyone's attention. The service was starting. As the minister spoke about Mom's life and legacy, Alex thought about the box of her things they'd packed up from the hospital. The crossword puzzles they'd done together during chemo sessions. The playlist they'd made for her bad days. The way she'd always understood Alex's need for routine and quiet, even when no one else did. When it came time for family members to speak, Dad went first, then Uncle Dave. Aunt Sarah was too overcome to say anything coherent. Then it was Alex's turn. They walked to the podium, aware of the expectant hush that fell over the room. Everyone waiting for them to finally break down. My mom taught me that there are many ways to show love, Alex began, voice steady. She showed hers by learning about my interests even when they didn't interest her, by creating routines that made me feel safe, by defending me to people who didn't understand me.
Alex paused, looking out at the sea of tear-streaked faces.
I showed my love by researching every treatment option when she got sick, by creating spreadsheets to track her medication, by sitting with her through every appointment.
Their eyes found Cousin Melissa in the crowd.
Some of you might think I'm not sad enough, that I don't care enough because I'm not crying. But grief isn't just tears. It's also the empty space in my schedule where her treatments used to be. It's the research I can't do anymore to try to save her. It's the knowledge that no matter how many spreadsheets I make, I couldn't fix this. Alex took a deep breath. I loved my mom. I miss her. And I'm grieving her in my own way, whether you understand it or not. As Alex returned to their seat, Dad squeezed their hand. In the silence that followed, Alex felt the lead ball in their chest shift slightly. Not lighter, but somehow more bearable for having been acknowledged. They didn't cry during the burial either. But later, alone in their room with Mom's favorite sweater, they allowed themselves to rock back and forth, the fabric pressed to their face, absorbing the tears that came in their own time, in their own way, on their own terms.